I'm sure Dirt has an opinion on every NFL team if you really pressed him.
By the way, multiple Seahawks fans early. One is trying to troll the Niners and just deflecting the conversation. The Niners are in a bad spot right now. It's not what we're arguing. A lot of Seahawks fans are agreeing with me. GM and coach are the biggest. Mike Macdonald had a fine first year. Like I'm not saying
you're already going coach.
No, I'm saying GM and quarterback. My apologies. GM and quarterback are the biggest concerns, and until you figure those out, I don't know how your lot in life changes.
One text listener says at the Vancouver Ford text line at 503-864-6326. They treat you right before, during, and after the sale. Visit them at vancouverford.com. Dirt makes it sound easy to find a franchise quarterback. How many other teams are looking? Should they sign Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold? Actually, Seahawks should sign Malik Willis.
I mean, I'm not trying to make it sound easy. I know that it's incredibly difficult to find a franchise quarterback. That's also your job as a general manager.
Well, I think that's the more pressing, difficult thing. We can, whatever on Geno. I'm largely with you of he's not a long-term answer because of his age. How long does a general manager, and we're seeing this in the NFL today, right? Like general managers are being kept.
Mm-hmm.
How long does a GM skate on success? And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to skate, I guess. He gave that organization their only Super Bowl ever. But that was with 5th and 4th and 3rd and 6th round picks that nobody thought was ever going to lead a Super Bowl charge. And it's great to have a photo. D and F grades. Cool. It's kind of a one-off to do that.
Yes, it is.
It's a very rare thing to win a Super Bowl that way.
They've also done a great job of marketing in the category of, we wanted that guy, but somebody else got him right before we did. Oh, we loved Patrick Mahomes.
We loved
Don't
Josh
you know?
Allen,
We were going to draft Josh Allen if he was there with our pick.
But then they never drafted a quarterback.
Would have taken Josh Allen.
I think that's the difficult thing. I don't know. I don't even know where Seahawk media, Seattle media would be on John Schneider if they even think it's worth discussing. But if I was doing a show,
that would be my first takeaways. How long are we going to let this go on?
How much longer is this going to go on where we fall short? Especially this year. That division sucked.
It was terrible.
The Rams weren't amazing. The Niners were terrible. And the Cardinals weren't good.
No, the Seahawks won 10 games this year. You want to guess how many times they beat a team in the playoffs?
Oh, top of my head?
10 wins this season. Nice season, right? How many playoff wins did they have?
One?
Swag?
The Rams, and I thought they got one other one. Maybe
the Ram
two.
one is the only one I thought of yesterday.
That's it, and it's a game in which the Rams didn't play their guys,
and they almost won. They
almost won the game.
End, yeah.
That's the only win over a team in the playoffs they had all year. The other teams they played in the playoffs: Vikings lost, Packers lost, Rams first time lost, Bills got killed, Lions lost, and they added a loss to the Niners and Giants in there.
Usually, on average, the NFL gives us 6 new playoff teams. This year, 4.
Who are the 4? Chargers, Broncos.
Broncos, Vikings.
Touche. Didn't make it last year. Who's the 4th? Littering Ann. Steelers were there last year. I know that, right?
Commies,
that's right. Commies. Top 3 pick to get there. Yeah, look, it's a tough thing to do. I understand it. It's no different than, to use the Niner example. What do? You got Brock Purdy. He's not a top 5 guy. You got to pay him $50 million. It's a very complicated thing.
I'd say he's a Niner fan. That's going to piss me off.
Yeah, and it should, because he's not worth the money.
Well, but that's to that listener's point, and I feel like we've had this, so I don't want to dive in, but that is the difficult thing of doing those jobs in that league is how do you draw a line at franchise quarterback? If Darnold plays exactly how he played yesterday against the Rams and they lose?
And they lose in the playoffs.
Are we all off Darnold, or is Darnold still good enough to tag and bring back?
Throw the entire year out. The reason why I'm still in on Darnold and against a guy like Geno is because of the age difference. He is 8 years younger than Geno Smith.
Sure.
So committing to Sam Darnold long-term, you're committing to a 27-year-old quarterback. Committing to Geno, again, you're committing to a 35-year-old quarterback. There's a big difference
Well,
there.
we also don't know if they're committing to Darnold long-term because
we don't.
Still have J.J. McCarthy.
They might even trade their head coach. That report randomly came out this weekend that Kevin O'Connell's got 1 year left on his deal. They're going to trade him.
No.
Trade his ass.
They're not looking to trade him. The report was that teams are looking to trade
They
for
were trying
him.
to call because he has not given him an extension.
He will
yet.
have to leave the Viking. They will not be trading Kevin O'Connell.
It would be one of the most ridiculous, dumb decisions we've ever seen an organization
0%
make.
chance of this happening.
Yeah. There was a cool story on Minnesota over the weekend. You see what their owner did?
Bought tickets.
They bought a bunch of tickets.
2,000 tickets to
right in front or right behind
the
the Vikings bench, and they sold them at a steep discount to their fans. And the Lions tried to report them to the league, and the league was like, they did nothing wrong.
Why would not every team do this?
Because owners are cheap and they don't want to spend money and they don't actually care about their fans.
Do you know how easy
I know.
financially that is for these teams? Like,
You
if
think
you're
Jody
the
Allen's
commies-
doing that? Jody Allen's ponying up a bunch of money to buy tickets for Seahawks
I'm
fans?
seriously asking this. If you're Washington, you have restarted everything. You've revamped faith in your organization, right? You've gotten rid of the plague, Dan Snyder. Why would you not look at this weekend and say, we may not beat Tampa, but what happens if I buy 5,000 tickets?
Yeah, you buy
give them at an
buy
almost,
out the ship in the end zone or something.
The ship
you
would
buy
be
it,
great.
you give them away at almost a free price, and you say, I'm going to discount airline fees for the 5,000 people. Like, why? Financially, that would be nothing to you.
Yes, it's a drop in the bucket for your vast net worth.
I know. Some of our richer listeners like, you idiot. This is why you're broke and I'm not. You're not wrong. But also, they're billion-dollar industries. We'll go to Josh Dover in Denver, get his thoughts on the Broncos making the playoffs. It's just, this is exciting to me. This is when the NFL, I'm sad the regular season's over. Scott Hansen will no longer be on my television.
R.I.P.
Well, he didn't die.
No, he's still alive.
Scott Hansen was great yesterday, too, with some of the dogs he had to deal with.
Can you give me a time when he hasn't been great? Dare I say Scott Hansen might be
Undefeated?
Yeah.
undefeated in the best football media member.
But he was especially good yesterday.
When the Bears won on a walk-off and Mike Evans got the $3 million bonus catch, that was one of my favorite moments of the red zone for the whole year. And it didn't need to be, because it didn't make or break all that much to me.
No, nothing at all, really.
But simultaneously, all of that stuff going on, or Washington won at the same time the Bears won,
Late touchdown in that game, too.
and Evans had just secured the $3 million. Like, all of that happening consecutively was a lot of fun to watch.
This is what the NFL gives you, man.
I know.
Half the games don't matter, but boy, oh boy, are we glued to it.
A lot of bonuses were given out yesterday as well.
They were. A lot of people got paid yesterday.
Derrick Henry needed 1 touchdown. He got 2. He got a $500,000 bonus.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton needed 82 receiving yards. Bo Nix only threw to him 98 yards, got him $500,000. Von Miller needed 1 sack. He got it, $1.5 million.
Woo, buddy.
Geno Smith made $6 million in bonuses yesterday.
What was that, the 10-win thing? Is that what he got $6 million
It
for?
was the wins
10
and the
wins,
passing
completion
yards.
percentage, and passing
percentage.
yards.
Little combo platter.
So he needed 69 point whatever percent. He got over
Nice.
it. He needed 185 plus passing yards. He got it. And he needed 10 wins. Got $6 million with that. And Mike Evans, as we mentioned, needed 85 yards. He got 89, came on the last play, got $3 million.